If you've been waiting for the right time, the right inspiration to complete that beautiful work of art that only you can do, the one that you've been dreaming about and anticipating, but haven't quite grounded yourself in the work of it, well, now is your time, and this week in particular, especially Tuesday, April 2nd, I'm going to suggest you set some time aside to be with yourself and unplug from all the doingness in this world and just be with your muse. I promise you, the muse will show up. Hi, I'm Judith Royal, archetypal astrologer, and this is your astrology weather forecast for the first week of April 1st through 7th, 2019. And we are approaching the Aries new moon, which is the first new beginning of the astrological year. It comes right in the middle of a relationship sandwich, which is 2 full moons, both of them in Libra. The first one was that powerful same day as the equinox on the 20th of March, that at 0 degrees Libra. So it was just the beginning of shifting the paradigm in how you do your relationships. And so this week's new moon says, in a way, we want to kind of reboot our perceptions, because what is the biggest obstacle to having a peaceful relationship, one that is fulfilling for everyone concerned? And that is that we let the past dictate and color the way in which we see each other. So rarely do we have an opportunity, or rather take an opportunity, to look at one another without the past. Libra, of course, is an air sign and all about balance and cooperation, all about relationships. And so the new moon this week, I think you will find, is bringing you really a zealous enthusiasm about your own path, about especially your beliefs, about what is the purpose of your relationship. And at the same time, we are going to have a challenge, because those cosmic lovers, Venus and Mars, are really out of sync in this way. Venus has just gone in. This is her first week in the sign of watery oceans of Pisces. And there she is very meditative, contemplative, and she is full of empathy and compassion for the suffering of others, as well as ourselves, of course. But Mars is in Aries Gemini. This is also his first week in Gemini. So all you air signs, you're really going to have an active month for April. But in Gemini, Mars is a plethora of ideas and sort of a multitasking maniac. Even so, your loving relationships get a lot of help, because Venus will be paired up with visionary Neptune right on the day of this new moon. And so that raises all of us to the level of unconditional love. So I believe forgiveness, of course, is the key to that. And we're going to get a lot of opportunities for it this week. And that's the same visionary and imaginative energy that all of you artists out there will be so inspired this week. We're getting a booster shot of optimism that is going to raise our horizons as we keep in mind, remembering that we have that challenge from Sheriff Saturn and Pluto to teach us perseverance, to see the worth of who we are and what we are doing, such that we muster the determination to stick to it, because now we have the god of lightning, the god of opportunity, as it were, in the sign of Taurus. So it's slow and steady going, but the promise is, and it will come true, that slow and steady is the way to the permanent solution, as well as in your relationships, to commitment for the long term. Now, let me give you the best days for you this week to do precisely that. So we start Monday, April 1st, April Fool's Day, with the moon also going into Pisces. And remember, Venus is already there, so that makes for a very loving and empathic feeling for the day. And the moon catches up with Venus just before midnight Pacific time. So in the wee hours of Tuesday, for those of you on the East Coast in the United States. And Tuesday, the moon's still in Pisces. It is the most beautiful day for communications, for creating, for your imagination. So that's the day you want to stop and pause and hang out with your muse, who is guaranteed to show up. And then on Wednesday, we have the Pisces moon until later in the evening when the moon goes into Aries. But before that, we get a little bit of Jupiter giving us too much on our plate. So Wednesday is a day to really pace yourself, as is Thursday. And Thursday is relatively quiet astrologically, so you can get a lot done under that trailblazing Aries energy, fire. And Friday is the new moon that I've already told you about, but it also on that day it has that perseverance challenge from Saturn. So this is the day, whatever you decide to write for your intentions, make part of it that you will not give up. You will never, never, never give up on yourself and on your goals. Saturday, the moon will go into Taurus early, and we'll meet up with that god of lightning, newly in Taurus. So that is such sizzle, intuition really on fire, but in a way that you can use it much more than when we had Uranus in Aries. So now even though it's a shot of lightning and electricity, you will actually be able to ground it and better utilize it than we have in the past 7 years. And then on Sunday, the moon is still in Taurus, and it's a just beautiful day again. It's beautiful for your relationships, for spirituality, for taking pictures with in your imagination, with your mind, with other people. And this day, we get help from Sheriff Saturn, so it will be easy to pull things into order and organization. So, for example, if you haven't done your taxes yet, Sunday is going to be a great day for that. And Taurus is the energy of abundance. So stable and secure, yes, but with money in the bank. That's always true for Taurus, because Taurus is that 5-star sign, really enjoying the comforts of life and the sensuousness of beautiful art and beautiful poetry. And we have ahead of us 7 years of this with the god of lightning now. There are some wonderful examples of being inspired by the Taurus love of beauty and art in a practical way that we see in people like Mother Teresa, Meryl Streep, Carl Jung, Eckhart Tolle, really inspired artists and inspired leaders, because they let themselves be led by love, Venus being the ruler of all Taurus energy. And on the bigger picture on the road ahead, we have this Taurus energy and with Uranus that could really become the energy of feeding the hungry in our world, of pulling us into global citizenship, such that those big out of the blue changes that we are going to have and are now having in business and our economy and so forth can really turn to have a humanitarian purpose. And we're already seeing that in the news and the world stage. And on the personal level, I'm sure you join me in bringing into, well, a habit, if I can, of asking myself, how can I be of help to others? What of my talents or what I feel motivated to create would be truly of service to everyone? And on those days I run into a roadblock, or I fall into feelings or ideas of depression, I just remember the wonderful expression, the question actually, that started the Course in Miracles. And that question was, there must be a better way. So in our frustration with, it will be slow to change some things, I think that's a great question to ask yourself. There is absolutely an answer to that, and it is always a spiritual answer. And the answer will be some form of recognition that there is a force, a power greater than myself. I believe that power is love, the divine spark in each of us. That is so easy to see when I'm in spiritually fit condition. That is to say, I have stopped to remember who I truly am, who we all are, which is the spirit of love temporarily housed in a body. When I remember, even in the midst of turmoil and chaos and confusion, when I remember to see the spark of love in you, then I have a chance of seeing the love in myself. On my phone, I have set a gong to ring every day at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and I stop with many, many others around the globe and just spend 1 minute, one holy instant, remembering that love is the answer, no matter what the question. And when we're all doing that, isn't that just the age of avatars? So thanks for listening. I am so grateful for this time that we get to spend together. So bye for now.